Hi everyone, this is Rajiv, and I'm just going to briefly share my opinion about the link shared and this document shared in the email. I also have thoroughly gone through the meeting recording, and I have a clear understanding of what is required here. And I'll just try to put things very briefly here. Uh, this document talks about the requirement on which you guys have acted upon and then created three interfaces. I have all three of them open. I have also looked at the comparison of laboratory UX focuses and some of the links which has been shared. I've gone through them. A few things which I could figure out is from the meeting you have had, you were discussing about that they, you know, uh, want something different. They want something catchy, something out of the box. So my opinion in that regards is that I also probably would want something different because all three of them looks very templatized. And if I scroll through it, first I'm going to talk about the abstraction layer, which subliminally impacts the user's psychology when they look at the interfaces. So if I scroll through it, I see a lot of things moving here and there, and then I don't have a clarity in terms of what to anticipate if I scroll down. And it's a very templatized, very simple, format that about us is there, mission, vision, history. But what it is doing on the first page uh, is not helping me. Uh, if I go down in terms of the content, it talks about the infrastructure and buy gift city. So basically, I feel that the homepage is trying to sort of lead me into a space where I am more prone to make a decision. So that is what is being expected out of me as a user, as an end user. And there I get a little fidgety when I see so many things moving, text moving here and there, and all of a sudden such kind of image shows up, which is completely contrasting from something which I have seen earlier. So this looks very artistic, but then this is very realistic, and then you see something uh, which looks more AI generated. Another thing is that in all three of the websites, I have not seen a good human face. It looks like a ghost city. Uh, of course, infrastructure looks top-notch, premium, but at the same time, where are the people? So, so the whole interface uh, of all three of the examples, if you try to count, you will not find more than two, three people, and those people also don't uh, look very templatized, generated from AI or from the stock image. Such is the feel I get. And by the way, look at this image here on the left hand side. The hand has two thumbs, and there is a key in the hand. How is it contributing to the entire space beyond my comprehension? So probably we shouldn't be using such kind of images. If we don't want to use images, that is absolutely fine, but if we use it, it has to contribute to the entire emotion of the website. um, Now here 29 plus 29k, this slight mismatch. What is this k here and why the k is not bigger if plus so that uniformity in the content is kind of, what is this asterisk doing here? Are these supposed to be asterisk usually generally is considered as not decorative but functional because it shows multiplication. So such kind of confusions are being created. And then the moment I try to scroll up or down, something is deliberately trying to move, and this movement is, kind of disturbing. Here, if you hover on top, very high contrast, white turns into black, and that image pops up. That's good, but right below that, you have something which definitely is not having any contrast at all. So after you give them this kind of visual interaction and you lead them to a section where the contrast is completely removed, uh, just think of the state of the mind of the viewer in that aspect. Also, the text. uh, reducing in size as we scroll down is not a good sense, because text should not be touched. Text is supposed to be read. And this, I may be a little strong in expressing my thoughts here, but please pardon me. Um, uh, sometimes the academic temperament comes in. However, it's a very friendly gesture from my side, uh, and a request that if you are working with text, please do not make it smaller or bigger as we scroll, or text should be left as it is. You can definitely fade in or fade out as you scroll, but don't reduce the size. And all of a sudden, these circles start rotating, and then interacting with them also looks very gimmicky. When we talk about such kind of infrastructure, the trust should be there, not a magic show. This looks more like a, why there should be so many movements, and why I need to hover on top of it to read it. If this is supposed to be read by me, it should be presented to me in a way that I can simply read this. And this circle shape is not complementing with any other cornerings. You see, everywhere you will see sharp corners all around. All of a sudden you go down and then you see these circles. So that's again, creating a mismatch. uh, Towards the bottom, generally what we do when we design things, we here also you can see the round corners not complementing the entire space. Here you have sharp corners. So towards the end, what happens that we want the users to be relaxed while they are leaving our space. But as I scroll down, I see more and more and more movement. The image is coming up, some sort of parallax. Okay, fine. Then all of a sudden this image shows up in its own window, and that is also sort of animating within its own window. So my eyes can't rest. If I look at the whole thing, I cannot, definitely it shows that there is a technical prowess, and a lot of things could be animated, a lot of technology is there, but the human value is missing. The user-centered approach is sort of not uh, considered, has been considered here. Again, if I scroll down, then this submit now button appearing from nowhere, you look at it again. If I scroll, no, I don't see a logic behind hiding this button and then revealing it. And on top of that, adding so many things in it, right? So then here also all the logos are jumping, and rocking here and there. This bar is moving. You scroll down and this comes up. You scroll down and all of a sudden this comes up. So much of movement. So this is probably what the client did not anticipate, or may, if it has been presented already, then I don't know what their comments are, but this is what I feel about it. Too busy, uh, too loud, a little mismatch is there. The design elements principles could have been better calibrated, and the human centeredness, the human values is missing. Here also, if you see, there is this white space, which is good, but on the right hand side, you have this orange bar, coming out of nowhere, and all these options, like whoever comes on the first page of this website is probably interested in some sort of association with the gift city, either buying space, office, or some sort of business opportunity they're looking at. Why would they go and share things, and to whom they are going to share it with? And do they really are, they are going to share this on YouTube, or is it like what it is doing, and why is it moving so much? These are the things, uh, as a user I'll think, and I'm just pointing that out. uh, and a few things before I end this. So I think, based on the conversations you were having in the meeting, I could understand that probably the client wants to participate in the process, and he keeps on, or she keeps on asking about something new, something new. So I think, if we ask the client the right questions, such as, sort of uh, build an information architecture with them, bring them into the process and learn from them uh, who is the primary user. This website is created for who is going to view this website, and how much time are they going to spend on it, what is the kind of device probably they are going to access the website from. And I believe that the age group falls, and this is my assumption again, I don't claim to be right here. I think 55 above or 50 above is the person who is going to make the decision, and they would definitely want to look at it once. And I think form factor wise, if you will see, then mobile would not be the preferred medium, not the desktop also, probably a tablet, a good high-end tablet they would use. So correct me if I am wrong in that aspect, but this is what I think. So tablet first, uh, then mobile second, and desktop third could be a good strategy to go ahead with. And these mouse interactions where moving the mouse brings in that circle, I guess this is very heavily templatized. And then again, this contrast, you know uh, uh, this looks fancy, but from the context I see this whole space promoting finance and technology hub uh, can probably benefit from more simplistic approach. Not everything should move. This is moving, this is moving. You go down, so many things pop up at the same time. You know, so that's there. Uh, and the last point, which I have written earlier, typography needs to improve a lot. For example, here you see the world-class financial infrastructure. This is one simple line. And in this line, the leading between the lines is not looking nice. It looks as if these are three different things written, wherein the message is simply world-class financial infrastructure, right? And there is a hyphen between world-class. Uh, and grammatically, I don't know if it is correct or not, but this looks odd. Then comes financial in a thin line, then comes infrastructure. So I think financial and infrastructure shall have same weight, wherein world class could be probably made thinner. Uh, just a suggestion. The buttons are also too much of gimmick here. I know. So that's all from my side, I think. And yes, we need to bring more human into the images, because it makes it look like a very modern industrial center, uh, but we are sort of forgetting about the human centered approach. People can't relate with the buildings, they will relate with the people more. uh, Not completely remove the buildings, but some people somewhere would be a good inclusion. uh, I think I have covered most of the things I wanted to say. Uh, Here also see these stackings, too much of movement, right? Text should not be moved so much, because the problem is not here. The problem happens here when we get this half text. That is a, people can't sometimes, if you ask client what is wrong, they will not be able to say it because they feel it, but they are not able to express it. Of course, the reason being that they don't come from a design background or a UX background, so they know that something is not working out, but they are not able to tell it. So probably such is the situation here. uh, that's pretty much it from my side. uh, Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. And I did hear entirely the conversation you guys have had in the meeting. Uh, Pardon me for not being there uh, since I was traveling. But in future, if any chances arrive, I'll be more than happy to assist in the ways possible. And thank you, Siven, for considering my thoughts on this matter. Uh, Thank you so much.